Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 9 p.m. English News Edition. أهلا. Ministry of Implement Initiative. Minister of Labor signed Convention of Implement. Point Nashatin. First day of Africa-wide free trade zone. That was the headlines, and now welcome to the national news. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor, Mr. Abdullah Ali Mohammed, signed this morning memorandum of understanding on job creation with the Djibouti Port and Free Zone Authority, represented by its Recruitment Director, Dr. Saeed Yassin Elmi. Hence, the authority undertook to support the implementation of the Implement Initiative project, which aims to create in the short term 5,000 jobs for young people. That is to say that the total number of jobs created in partnership with the APZFD amounted to 2,200 jobs. The job profile are mainly technical and professional. These jobs will be created in the existing free zone, but also in the various projects managed by the authority, including the Merjok Industrial Free Zone (DDAD). Therefore, with the signing of this partnership agreement, the Port and Free Zone Authority becomes the largest contributor to the Implement Initiative project to date. In addition, the Port and Free Zone Authority will be also implementing the sponsor of the National Job Fair in January 2020. As a result, the Minister of Labor encouraged young job seekers with the technical training certificate to visit NFIB and its branch in the ADCCD. Finally, this series of agreement with the stakeholders will continue to prepare the young for the organization of the Forum of the National Job Fairs. The Secretary General of Health, Dr. Salih Baniata Turab, presided over the closing ceremony of the training course dedicated to the malaria diagnosis and screening for the laboratory technician from the different health structures in the country, spread over 6 days. More than 30 laboratory technicians from hospital health centers in the capital Therefore, this training is part of the periodic of evaluation laboratory technical by national expert, which included the consultation of knowledge and performance in terms of new screening technique and the reading in microscopic slide. The trainer, Mr. Mohammed Al Mohammed and Mohammed Wais, stressed the importance of this training laboratory and give special attention from the Minister of Ensure the beginning namely the Plastic friendly and more recently Plastic 5. In terms of this training, the beneficiary receive certificate from the ministry. The Secretary General of Health, Dr. Salih Baniata Turab, encouraged the laboratory workers who benefit from this training to practice knowledge acquired in the field. The Institute of Diplomatic Study closed Tuesday seminary, How to Coach, Animate Your Team. Therefore, the seminary organization of the Institute of Diplomatic Study in collaboration with the Anglais Group and financed by the European Union, enable diplomatic and public sectors executives to learn about coaching and how to lead one's team. Furthermore, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, co-chaired with the Ambassador of the European Union, Aiden Hara, and the Director of the Institute of Diplomacy Study, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa, at the closing ceremony of this seminar. So this seminar, which lasted 3 days, was made possible. Djibouti have also maintained a friendly relation and Philistine thanked the trainer and speaker who guided the participants throughout this seminar, introduced them to the management of coaching. On the occasion of the New Year 2021, a musical evening was organized in the White City at the Hotel Corto Maltese. Then the Minister of Decentralization Mohammed Armis, the Prefect of Tachura Hichin Hassan Dabele, the Vice President of the Regional Council and Director of an organizer of the evening Musa Aweli, and several other personalities of the region took part in this evening. The tutorial came on May 20, the message of the New Year through the musical and work event. The villagers celebrated together in joy the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021. At the end of the official present took a time to wish the tutorial a Happy New Year. The Minister of Decentralization made a statement about the New Year 2021. Please let us listen the report with Dini.
First, the Secretary of State for Decentralization pronounced Surat al-Fatiha for those who have left us this year. He thanked the person in charge of Corto Maltese of Tajorra who organized the New Year's Eve Party 2021, giving the youth of Tajorra together to be in a moment of conviviality. This kind of event is organized every New Year and coincides with the same 10th anniversary of the Porto Moyer Center created just 10 years ago. Minister Hamad Aramis congratulated all the participants of the New Year's Eve 2021. Regarding the development, our will is always strong of the many projects have been carried out and the infrastructure of others are underway. The Tajorra people must participate and benefit from the spin-offs of the projects, which must be appropriated. The involvement of the Tajorrians in the projects to initiate dynamism in the regional economic development. Following the example of Corto Maltese, the Tajorrians are very active in the creation of tourist centers in the region, which is synonymous with transformation. On our part, we will accompany and support the creation of tourist and leisure centers. Finally, Mr. Hamad Muhammad Aramis wished that the new year is conducive to better health, happiness, prosperity to the entire population of the region of Tajorra and for the entire population of the Republic of Djibouti.
In Dekiltu, the city of Unite celebrated the Happy New Year. The population of the region gathered around the musical evening animated by local artists. It was a rhythmic evening around the great songs that have marked our nation. The 12 strokes of midnight resounded in good humor and joy. That was the celebration of New Year 2021. And still on the national news, earlier on Saturday, January 2, 2021, the President Gullet Millionaire School of Hull hosted an important graduation ceremony for national policy, personally focused on a training of trainers. Indeed, the ceremony is related to the closure of the training of trainers for the benefit of the national policy personnel. This training, which lasted 3 weeks with only volume of 2,230 8 hours, excluding the constraint and flexibility was carried out for 29 trainees, all from the national police. That this day was devoted to the certificate award ceremony, chaired by the Chief of General Staff of the Army Force, General Secretary Sheikh Ibrahim. This ceremony was attended by the Chief of Defense Staff, Brigadier General Tahir Ali Muhammad, the Director General of the National Police, Colonel Abdullah Abdi Farah, and the highest official of the Egyptian Armed Force. The presence of the side prefect of Hol and the organs of the region is also noteworthy because of the coronavirus. The number of guests was limited and the period guests are respected, namely the compulsory wearing of mask. On his arrival on board the MiG-70 helicopters, General Secretary Sheikh Ibrahim, accompanied by a large delegation, was welcomed by Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Jamma Qiyad, commander of the President Goal Millionaire School Hall, and then the same granted the honorary bracket to pay the honor flowed by the organs of the Hall region. Then delegation moved to the honorary room to the camp where Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Jamma Qiyad, commander of the President Goal Millionaire School, prepared a presentation to give them an overview of the training course from its genesis to completion. It was also an opportunity for the military high commander to evaluate the know-how and knowledge acquired during the training and to appreciate the difficulty in countries. At the end of the presentation, accompanied by Colonel Abdullah Abdi Farah and Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Jamma Qiyad, headed to the main square of the military school report to carry out the review of the troops composed of the flag and its guard trainers from the national policy, a support company, and the instructors platoon. During this training, the national policy trainees were able to demonstrate their skills in reciting petty stress and their disciplinary rigor. Although the course was thought, the hope they had for the future was high. In the end, the trainees were able to demonstrate ability, a sense of listening and of duty, accomplished and above all, intellectual honesty. Firstly, Colonel Abdullah Abdi Farah, Director General of the National Policy, took the fall to which the past, which is for peace, health, and solidarity in the new year 2020. Afterward, Colonel Abdi Farah thanked the for having allowed the national policy to receive such as a high standard of training. Let us now listen to the inspiration.
Permettez-moi avant tout de vous souhaiter le meilleur vœu de paix.
First of all, allow me to wish you the best wishes of peace, joy, health, prosperity, and serenity for the new year 2021. May the Almighty save us from any scourges, and in particular from this new scourge of COVID-19, which is currently plaguing the health and economy in the world. especially in the country of our region. Allow me, my General, on behalf of the National Police personnel and on my own behalf, to express my gratitude and humble thanks to you for having granted us the realization of military training courses. Training that we find essential during these high-level military training courses in the woods for the benefit of the instructors of the National Police Force, whose number is 29 here at the military school of the present Anglais. The training of soldiers and executives of the armed forces, I would like to salute and congratulate and especially express my gratitude to all the staff of the military school, and first of all the head of the corps, Lieutenant Colonel Muhammad Jama, for their dedication and professionalism and their advanced sense of duty, which is constantly asserting itself day by day as an essential pole of training for all men in uniform in our country.
And the first session was attended by the President Gullet to give an overview of the training and knowledge acquired and difficulty encountered. In his speech, the Chief of the State, President Gullet Millionaire School, underlined the very interesting level of the state, which facilitated the instruction and facilitated the assimilation of knowledge, and how the commander of the President Gullet Millionaire School also prized the interpersonal spirit, the adherence and investment of trainees to the knowledge and how now provided. For the part of this week, the high level of training, the trainer have invested body and soul and give their best to meet the challenge. Let us listen to an expert from his speech.
Je voudrais tout d'abord saisir cette occasion pour vous souhaiter tous mes meilleurs vœux pour cette nouvelle année.
First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to wish you all the very best for this new year. May it be full of promises of health and success for you and your loved ones. On occasion like today, I would like to greet my General, your presence in spite of the COVID-19 pandemic that is raging in our country and the world. Proof of your attachment to this local and its staff in general. Dear guests, the ceremony that brings us together today is devoted to the closing of a training of trainees course for 29 trainees of the National Police. The aim of this course was to introduce police trainees to military pedagogy. Now, I am going to briefly explain to you the particularity of military pedagogy. Indeed, the military instructor has the following specificity. He is a specialist in this field of intervention. He has a great sense of pedagogy and benefits from a solid physical and psychological health as much to supervise the achievements of the period in the field as to face the extreme situations that a soldier may encounter. But above all, I say he is above all a leader of men, an expert in the art of mastering his emotions, who has a sense of duty and decisiveness. He is a mobile, available, and likes teamwork. The military instructor, by the way, the attitude of the police trainees in their behavior, thirst for learning and self-sacrifice were highly appreciated during their stay at the military school. I really say bravo to them. This is why, in my opinion, the results were excellent, since the average of the course is 14 out of 20, and the agreement is extremely satisfactory.
Then they came to turn of Lieutenant Colonel Muhammad Jama Qiyade, chairman of the Review Commission, to take the floor to the proclaim the long-awaited result.
بل أحياء هم عند ربهم يرزقون فارحين بما آتاهم الله من فضله ويستبشرون بالذين لم يلحقوا بهم من خلفهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. صدق الله العظيم. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم. اللهم واسع مدخلهم وأدخلهم جنة وأغسلهم بالثلج والماء والبرد. اللهم أنزلهم منزلا. آمين آمين آمين. فاتح.
On the sideline of the ceremony, the Chief of Journalists of the Ahmed Force, CMEGA, Lieutenant General Secretary Sheikh Ibrahim, pay a frequent tribute to our brave soldiers who defended their homeland for their memory. CMEGA later wreathed at the threshold of the monument dedicated to the war street. To the end this ceremony, the military command invited all the guests breakfast on the table in serene atmosphere, enlivened by traditional songs and dance. Under the high patronage of the Coast Guard Commander Colonel Wais Umar Boghore came during the closing ceremony of the training on AP video surveillance for the Thai 5 technician of the Egyptian Coast Guard. Hence, this closing ceremony on video surveillance took place in the morning of 31 December 2020 and was attended by the representative of the company Serum Soft, which had professionally installed a synchronized system of surveillance cameras on all Coast Guard facilities. That's to say, this training on video surveillance also covered the maintenance and upkeep of the surveillance cameras. And thus, the 5 Coast Guard technicians who took advantage of this training will firstly be able to ensure the continuity of the system and will then train other agents of the institution. The representative of company, Mr. Botsam Muhammad Ali, who first took the floor, expressed his gratitude to the Colonel Wais Umar Boghore, Commander of the Coast Guard, who has been a valuable support for the success of the training and installation work of the camera surveillance system. He also paid tribute to the availability and the perfect implement of the Coast Guard trainees who are now ready to take over. Colonel Wais Boghore, Commander of the Coast Guard, during his speech, stressed the importance of this training, a very severance which will be a considerable step forward in the security system of the Coast Guard installation. Continuing his speech, Colonel Wais Boghore praised the professional and determination of this training company, which has,
and on behalf of my colleagues in Serum Soft Company, to express my sincere thanks, appreciation, and respect to His Excellency Colonel Wais Umar Boghore for his confidence in our company and his choice for us and assigning us to carry out this giant project. Whereas the company secured all the camps belonging to the Coast Guards with high accuracy surveillance cameras and wirelessly linked them using the most modern devices and installing them with high quality. And for his virtuous directives to all concerned parties in order to facilitate all the difficulties we face to perfectly complete the project. Finally, we can only extend our thanks once again to His Excellency and all members of Coast Guard which helped us to complete this project. We hope that the project has met your satisfaction and approval, and that breach of cooperation will continue between us. Accept our sincere regards and appreciation. Thank you for all.
Finally, to conclude his speech, Colonel Wais Amr Bogre, commander of the Coast Guard, turned to the trainees to first congratulate them for the exemplary veracity and professional throughout the video surveillance training before urging them to translate the skills and knowledge into the daily life of their mission. Please listen to the report.
Les invités, officiers, sous-officiers et agents de la garde côte djiboutienne, nous sommes réunis aujourd'hui ici, dans cette cérémonie.
Gathered here today in this ceremony to form the formation cloud on the video surveillance systems, which benefited the 5 agents of the Djiboutian Coast Guard and piloted by the company, Summersoft, specialized in technical services and security solutions. The fruitful partnership between the Coast Guard and the Summersoft company has borne fruit by providing the Coast Guard with an efficient and centralized real-time video surveillance system that allows us to be able to provide an efficient and effective real-time video surveillance system. This partnership had also targeted the areas of training, as Coast Guard technicians are now able to manage and maintain video surveillance systems autonomously and professionally, and they have the experience and knowledge necessary to sustain these projects. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude and appreciation to the company that have worked with us in recent months and who have installed this technology within the Coast Guard. Thank you very much, and enough staff to finalize the projects and the list of Coast Guard personnel and the services they have provided throughout the period of implementation and finalization of this training. They have done a great job and we appreciate it. Finally, I would like to congratulate the technicians of our managers who are confined to this training in terms of recognition.
And finally, at the beginning of the new year 2021, creating greater proximity to the population, a team from the town hall visited the various town and maternity center in the capital with the aim of distributing hygienic individual maternity kits for the benefit of the most destitute and vulnerable pregnant women. Therefore, this operation concerned the Dar Hanan Center, Hayabli, the PK12 Center, and finally the Sheikh Hospital. Then this will be enable the beneficiary to have all the necessary equipment and children peers and material at the disposable, which will save them several wars. In fact, this distribution operation with the influence of good and 10 women has enhanced the atmosphere within this different structure located in the middle of the capital, which is always full. So these kits will enable these women to give birth, but also to take care of their children in the health center with all the necessary equipment for a clean of state delivery. Finally, the closing ceremony of the CC training indeed present the certificate to the 5 And now moving on to the news outside of our border. The Continental Agreement entered into effect this Tuesday, providing for the lifting of a tariff on 19% of goods trade between 52 of the 55 African Union member countries. For more report, listen with Dini.
Is now a reality. Africa has a continent-wide free trade zone. The SLECAF came into force on January 1. All African countries except Eritrea have joined or are in the process of joining. More than 40 have ratified their accession. The archipelago of Sao Tome and Principe was the first. Its head of diplomacy acknowledges that this is only the beginning. SLECAF is giving itself 15 years at the most to eliminate the majority of custom taxes on goods and services. To trade more easily between African countries, it will therefore be necessary to start by developing land, sea, and air links in the market of 1.2 billion consumers. It is worth the effort.
A major change kick in on both sides of the English Channel from the new year, when the transformation resulting from the United Kingdom's departure from the European Union finally comes about.
New procedures for movement between the United Kingdom and the European Union have come into force in accordance with Brexit. This Friday morning in the English port of Dover, trucks were boarding the ferry's direction, Calais, on the other side of the channel. It is not a mess that some predicted. The main reason is that on January 1st, the day after New Year's Eve, the activity is still idling. Today, the organization that has been put in place, the different actors working for the passage of trucks, the IT tools have worked perfectly with low traffic, so we are expecting a more useful fire test in the coming days.
That's it for this edition. Thanks for your attention. Very wonderful afternoon.